We are going to wait just a second here so that everybody can come in. Hello everyone, my name is Taylor Marie. I'm from Nebraska and I am an intuitive. Of course, you guys know I love to talk about animals, horses, all the amazing creatures that we get to have in this lifetime. And I think it's so important that before we even talk about something like working with animals, or if you enjoy literally anything, you have to understand the basics and the foundation so that we are able to build off of that instead of seeing all of these things happen in your life, not knowing how we got to the big obstacles and then not seeing a way around them. Everything always has a solution, and then with intuition we are able to bring in the highest version of our solutions. So that is why I'm here, to help you guys. So with that being said, reflections are going to be so vital in this lifetime in understanding reflection. So what is a reflection? When we don't see ourselves to the best, when we don't see ourselves as the best to our core, something outside of us will show us that, a reflection. We're not seeing how our core attributes are at play, and we'll get these massive obstacles. People not choosing you, money not choosing you, jobs not choosing you. And it's not because you're bad or wrong or there's something wrong with you. It is because we're not seeing ourselves to who we are at our potentials. And so these things have to realign us to our core version. Now, we can mind ninja a lot of this stuff, especially using not only intuition, but the universal laws that are always at play. We can then begin to realign ourselves with our core. And then our world will start to reflect that. That's why it's called a reflection. Whatever I give out in my electromagnetic field, I'm going to get back times 10, okay? Depending on how much we amplify. So, with that being said, I'm here to help you guys understand reflections. So something like, I was telling you guys, something like horses, they hold a very high frequency. There's a frequency scale from 0 to 1,000, horses being right around 400 to 450, meaning they will become very obstacle ridden if you don't understand reflections. A lot of people in the horse industry have a lot of issues, whether that's injuries with the horse, something going wrong with the horse, something going wrong with their life. They have a lot of these obstacles going on, and it's best to get them when they are smaller until we don't want the level 10 reflection coming in, right? That would be something that's going to help us grow a lot, but we don't have to have it get to that point in order to see ourselves in this bigger, more expanded version. Yes, somebody's on here saying I love horses as well. I would really suggest you guys go onto my Instagram where I have all of my horse stuff. I have all of my equestrian stuff. That is for you. That is for you only. And then I also have my podcast called Flying Changes Podcast. And my podcast, I go into my stories about all of the things I've had go on in my past. I've had bullets go a foot from my head. I've had all kinds of situations happen that are kind of crazy, but I've always found a solution to get on the other side. That's why I'm on here helping you guys, bringing what I know is to be true and helping you guys find solutions, whether it's you're having money issues right now. The majority of the world right now is having money issues. You are not some kind of outlier in that. A lot of people are having money issues right now, and it comes down to an identification of self. So if you guys are having money issues right now, the energetic opposite of what money is, what is money? Guys, what is money? Value. You already bring value to this world just by being here, just by existing. You already have value, but where is it? If we're never without something, that means we have to have it internally. We're never without. So it has to be internally, but once we recognize where the value is, then we're gonna get an abundance of it on the outside, right? So, well, Taylor, what does value look like? Listening to somebody, deeply listening to somebody. Deeply listening to somebody. listening to somebody, hearing them out, seeing past the judgments that are there. Because so many people go into judgment, so many people go into, well, you're just this way because of their own reflections going on. If somebody ever says, oh, you're so this in a negative light, they're talking about themselves. There's something called confession through projection. So if somebody says, you are not attractive, if somebody says that, does it mean anything about you? No, it does not. It means that they might not see themselves as attractive in one of the areas of their life, but it has nothing to do with you. If you guys have any questions down below as far as like things going on in your life and want to help resolve that, just let me know. We can talk about, if you guys feel comfortable bringing up your own circumstance in that. Okay, so I see somebody has said in the comments, money is the root of all evil. So that's actually a belief that is used against us. People that have really good hearts are meant to amplify and have a lot of money because we do good things with money. So by thinking that money is evil, money in the wrong hands is evil. Kind of like a dinner knife. A dinner knife in the wrong hands, not great. But it could also make a 4-course meal, right? It's a tool. We're able to use it. And with this tool, it'll amplify all of our wounds. So if you don't think that you're pretty, or you don't think you're attractive, and you have a lot of money, and then you have a partner, you might think that, oh, my partner's only with me because I have money. See what I mean? So it amplifies all of our wounds, and this is why we want to get rid of all of these limitations before we have gigantic empires of lives, because when our life gets bigger, the obstacles become more and more, and we become more sensitive as well. So when it comes to bringing in something like a horse or an animal that has a very, very high frequency, we will tend to get those amplified wounds in our field. Something going wrong with the horse, not being able to take care of the horse, something not aligning on your schedule, not being able to, like I said, ride the horse, take care of the horse, train the horse. Something is going to go wrong. People not treating your horse correctly. It'll amplify in your field, okay? So with that being said, I want you guys to feel free to leave me any kind of questions you guys have regarding your own life, regarding maybe it's a parental situation that you want some kind of perspective shift on. Maybe it's a money thing you need a perspective shift on. I'm here for you guys. I have plenty of content on the internet. I have plenty of stuff on Instagram. And if you guys want to DM me, if it's a little bit more personal to you and you're like, I don't want to say it to the chat right now, but you want to DM me on Instagram, feel free. I am there on Instagram, and I also have my email down below so that you guys can not only share your story with me, but then also we can have some kind of, whether it's some kind of complimentary phone call or a DM situation, a voice message situation, whatever is best on your end. I'm here for you guys. I want to help you guys. So once again, if you guys have questions, leave them down below. Because for the longest time, I thought my life was cursed, and I thought like nobody else is having these issues. But it seemed that I had always had these issues, and I had no people giving me good solutions. They were just like, I don't know, get a different partner, or work harder if you want money. And it never worked for me because it was a belief that needed to be changed in my electromagnetic field to amplify the belief times a bigger and bigger amount, right? So that through mirror neurons, something in our brain called mirror neurons, when we see somebody in a leadership light, we tend to mirror ourselves off of them, and we're able to create something very similar to what they have. Is anybody in your life having what you want to have in this lifetime? Probably not. Probably not. And so it's great to see yourself as the person with the most solutions available to them, because nobody is here to lead you, guide you. You are your own savior. And You're here to create really big things. But I wanted to hop on here real quick, you guys, because for the next 6 months, before I get into anything regarding horses, before I get into anything regarding anything bigger than just us talking, we have to understand reflections, because reflections are going to get you to that next level. They're going to get you to that next level of bringing in those things that are meant from your heart to bring into this world. So I wanted to make it a point to show up for you guys every single day, in that when I show up for you guys, I want you guys to also be able to show up for the people around you and put yourself first. The world will train you against that. The world will train you against putting yourself first. You will find yourself trying to put out many baby fires throughout the day. You need to come first. You need to get yourself centered before you can help anybody. The world will have you do the opposite. I'm here to help you guys in the ways that, what are the shifts throughout the day that we can put ourselves first. Once again, I'm here for you guys. I have my Instagram. I have all of these places where you guys can get a hold of me if you would like to send me a direct message of something going on in your life, whether it's your animals. I'm usually the person some people call when things have gone wrong, so you can't scare me with any topic. But some of the topics that I do enjoy speaking on quite a bit are animals, so how reflective animals are, relationships, and then in particular to relationships, intimacy. I really love talking about all three of those. So if you guys are finding yourself having any kind of obstacle in any of those categories, we're here. I'm here and present. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm here for you. But with that being said, we're going to close out this cute little 15-minute video here. And I will see you guys real soon. Once again, you know where to find me. I'm also on there and answering all of the questions that I get throughout the day on my stories. So I will speak to you guys real soon.